I, myself know a lot about Brawl of the Objects. I don't watch it anymore because of an experience I will never forget. It was autumn of 2019. I was walking home. I saw that dead leaves were littering the ground as I walked on. When I got home, I went on my computer. I decided to go onto YouTube. I noticed that Anko6 the animator sent me a letter. Here's what it read. Dear Sophia read. I have been going through some terrible experiences. I also suffered depression due to that. So, I made an episode to show that I was depressed. Don't tell anyone about this, okay? P.S. The episode is called Popsicley's Funeral. Yours truly, Antony Kos. Anko's message.png. I searched the episode up. I found it after a while. I found the video. It was entitled, Brawl of the Objects Episode 14, Popsicley's Funeral. I clicked on the video, and it began. It started with an outside view of a hospital. I knew it was gonna be similar to the Antoon's deathbed videos, back when Antoon's wasn't such a nuisance in the animation community. It then cut to a waiting room with Shieldy, Shelly, party hat, hot dog and pizza. The doctor came. He said, I'm sorry. We did everything we can. But it didn't work. Popsicley's dead. Go in and say your goodbyes. They went into the room Popsicley was in. I was a little shocked when I saw Popsicley's corpse. She was pale white, her face heavily wrinkled, her ribcage was exposed and she was extremely thin and dry. She had an 4 up her nose. I was sad to see a good character die like this. One by one, the characters tearfully said goodbye. Shieldy was the last. He broke down in tears before even finishing saying goodbye. He leaned on Popsicley's corpse, sobbing heavily. Chocolatey actually did the same while saying goodbye, but more hysterically. The scene ended with Popsicley's legs flopping off her bed. It then cut to a church. Funeral music was playing. It then cut to the interior of the church. All of the BOTO characters were in there, dressed in black. Control-E came up to the altar, and started to speak. Here's the exact dialogue. We have gathered here to say a final goodbye to Popsicley. She was a great object. But due to a sickness, she passed away. Sleep tight, Popsicley. We will never forget you. Control-E opened the coffin so everyone could say goodbye. Popsicley was in the coffin, in the same state as before. Everyone, but especially Chocolatey, were crying hard. Then they went outside. Control-E said now it's time for the burial. Would you like to say some final words? Chocolatey came up and tearfully said this. I loved Popsicley. She was my best friend. We did everything together. I will have her in my heart. I love her no matter what. After the contestants said their final words, Control-E then began the burial. Popsicley's gravestone said this. In loving memory of Popsicley. A true girl with the Z. Rest in peace. I then saw something terrible. So terrible, I will never forget it. It was Chocolatey writing a note. Here's what it was. I cannot live without Popsicley. She was my best friend. But without her, there's no meaning in my life. Goodbye Popsicley, goodbye world. I have to join her. She then went up to a stool. Above it was a noose. Chocolatey then brought the noose around her neck, sighed sadly and kicked the stool. Her body dropped a bit faster than a helium balloon. I cried at this scene, because Chocolatey was my favorite BOTO character, and it was depressing to see her kill herself. The picture at the end. The credits were cued. The epilogue pretty much warmed my heart. It was Popsicley in heaven. She had angel wings and a halo. Chocolatey came up. Popsicley excitedly said Chocolatey. I missed you. Chocolatey then said I missed you too, Popsicley. I had to commit suicide to see you again. They then hugged each other and smiled. The episode ended with them entering a tall white building that said enter. Later, it cuts to black, then an image showed up. It was a picture of Popsicley, smiling happily in heaven. With words saying, always remembered. I felt sad after what I just witnessed. I contacted Anko6 the animator. Here's the reply. Good news, Sophia. I'm feeling much better now, so, the video will be deleted. Antony Kos. I was happy that he felt much better. I felt better too. I made a documentary about this lost episode. The documentary was called, Gone and Never Forgotten. Thank you for reading this, and have a nice day.